Crown Money, where we show you how to pay your home loan off in up to half the time of a normal bank loan.
Welcome to the Crown Money podcast. I'm Jessie and I'm joined as always by Scott Parry. How are you, mate?
Good. What's news?
Oh, it's just very cold in Melbourne at the moment. So, just keeping warm,
I
basically.
feel like you say that every time we chat.
Every time. I mean, I live in Melbourne. You'd think I'd get over it by now.
We just come up with something else. Okay, so
Look, we've had a lot of requests from clients to have a chat about cars. So if I'm thinking about buying a car, what do I need to consider? And also, what do I need to think about when it comes to electric vehicles and the financial aspects of it? So, yeah, what are your thoughts?
Now, my favorite line, and you've heard this over the last 20 years.
So many times.
Thousands of times, is drive the cheapest car your ego can afford.
That's it.
Now, most people don't like that one. It hits right between the eyes. At the end of the day, a lot of car purchases are there to stroke the ego. Everyone justifies to themselves, oh, I've been working so hard, I deserve it. Oh, the family's getting bigger, we need a brand new car. Now, we never buy brand new cars, full stop, unless you're a millionaire. If you're a millionaire, then you're entitled to a brand new car. But if you are not a millionaire, then you're just buying secondhand. When I say secondhand, 3 to 4 years of age is the sweet spot. It's where cars have taken at least a 50% hit on their new price. You've still got the warranty and they haven't been sort of thrashed as much. So that's what we found works best. And you shouldn't be spending more than 20% of your gross salary on a car. What? 20%?
Yeah.
100 grand income, you shouldn't be driving a car worth more than 20,000. 200 grand income, you shouldn't be driving a car worth more than 40,000. So that's for a lot of people like, oh my God, but my car's worth way more than that. Yeah, you're driving a car a little bit more above your pay grade. And so we think these are liabilities. We never want to put money towards anything that goes down in value when we can be putting money into things that go up in value, and especially putting pre-tax money into a liability is crazy.
Yes, absolutely. And it's really hard with cars because it's one of the biggest things that you can directly compare to your peers. So we have this there's this internal kind of struggle because we want to, even on a subconscious level, prove that we're doing well. And so one of the easiest ways to do that is to have a car that's nicer than your neighbours. So yeah, we've got to get past that. And that's a big part of the ego side of things, and just have a really good hard look in the mirror and say, do I really need this car, or have I got bigger and more important financial goals that I'm working towards?
Now, we have a lot of people say, oh, but what about electric vehicles? They're different. I don't know if they are.
They are in some small categories, and we're just talking from a financial perspective. Like they can be cheaper to run. We know that electricity is cheaper than fuel. They can be cheaper to maintain because they have less moving parts and you don't have to have oil changes. And if you can charge them at home, especially if you have solar, that can be a really great solution for you. But I think people get easily distracted by those things, and they kind of forget that if you already have a really reliable car and it's running well, that upgrading your vehicle, that cost is actually a bit of a not so great financial decision.
Never, ever have I had a client who has benefited from buying a brand new car, and or the EVs, there were a lot better tax concessions. And so they have closed them off. Like those days are gone. Like we're finding with the government, they seem to be wanting to make us keep paying more tax each and every year and shifting the goalposts. And so with the EVs, there were a lot better tax incentives than what they are around today. They continually close that down for those purposes I just mentioned. So tell us, Jess, why would you look to buy an EV car? What would be if you're this person that does this, and this, then it may be something to have a look at.
Yeah, I think if the client is driving a lot. So if you drive a lot in your day-to-day, especially if you're self-employed, you drive a lot, for whatever reason you drive a lot, then you're going to get that real benefit of the cost of electricity over the cost of petrol. I also think if you do have solar at home, if you can charge at home, then that's a huge benefit. It's free, basically, if you're doing it properly.
During the day.
During the day when the sun is up, if you don't have a battery, then yes. And if you have already been considering upgrading your car or changing your car. Now, the other thing to remember is, pretty much, all different makes have an EV vehicle now or a hybrid vehicle. And there are very much luxury versions of the EV. So you've got to not get caught up in the, oh, well, I'm buying an electric vehicle, so it's going to be better for me financially. But if you're buying, instead of your nice $20,000 Toyota that you've got at home, you want to buy a $100,000 EV, that is not a smart financial decision. So you still need to stay within that broader concept of 20% of your gross income. But if you're choosing between two different vehicles of a similar price, that's when you go, okay, cool, maybe I choose the EV model.
Yeah, that's a perfect way of laying it out. Like, this is not about, I would have normally spent $20,000, but because EV, I can spend $100,000. That's defeating the purpose. But if you're looking at two $20,000 cars, then obviously lean towards the EV for all the reasons Jess mentioned. So that's really clean. Where you're saying if you're driving a lot of kilometers, now everyone's going to be saying to themselves, yeah, I drive a lot of kilometers, and like you're picking up the kids twice a day and driving 8 kilometers. What's a lot of kilometers?
I don't know, to be honest. I mean,
I would say like a lot of kilometers would be at least 300 to 500 per week.
Yeah, that sounds good.
That's a lot. Like, I know that we got obviously mum's taxi, just doing a school drop-offs and pickups. That is not a lot of kilometers. As much as it's annoying, it's not a lot of kilometers. This is really the people who are driving an hour each day in traffic. These sort of people, that's what we're talking about with a lot of kilometers.
Yeah, I like that concept. And then the other thing I was going to say is, a lot of people have kind of said to us, the government incentives, especially around the fringe benefit tax, that was wiped for EV vehicles. Now, first of all, that is getting retracted. So a lot of those benefits are going away. But the other big piece is that benefit only applies to cars that are purchased within a novated lease. So we're not big fans of novated leases, but do you want to talk to that point for us, Scott?
So a novated fleece is something where you're taking pre-tax money to put into a liability, which in my eyes is dumb as dog shit, when you can take pre-tax money and put it into an asset, such as superannuation or anything else that's going to grow and or benefit you and your future self. So a lot of people do get caught up with, oh, well, I can pay with pre-tax money. And the way the novated fleeces work is they say, oh, it's only costing you X per week, but they bundle it in your tires and maintenance and all these sort of things. But we've costed out so many times for clients over the last 20 years. It never works out better than just buying that 20% of your income car, using that money, not taking the debt up high, not having a weekly amount come out for all your bundled services, like just doing it the old school traditional way. 100 grand a year income, $20,000 car, whether you do a redraw for 20,000, grab that car, but there's no ongoing debt. You've got your income working for you. You can pay that off in the next sort of 12 months.
Yeah, I love that. I think the other thing to remember, and you've just touched on it then, is the number one thing you can do for your finances is to pay for your car loan, for your car, with your redraw. So money that you have actually accumulated, you have built up in your home loan. So you've paid down your home loan X amount of dollars, and you can work towards that, especially if you're working with us and you've got your money coach. You can say, my goal is to buy a new car by the end of the year. Awesome. What's the budget? We'll look at that. We'll confirm. We'll check the numbers. How far does that push out your, out of debt date? All of that. But then, I need to build up $30,000 in redraw because that is what I'm using to buy my car. If you go out and get a debt, like that's the number one worst financial mistake you can make is building up that external personal debt.
Yeah. My second favorite line.
Here we go. You've got a lot.
Most car accidents happen on the showroom floor.
Yes.
And
I love that.
You don't understand how much a brand new car loses value. The minute you turn that ignition on and drive it out of the dealership, you have probably dropped $5,000.
That's amazing, isn't it? What did you say? Like every time you drive your car, like if it's brand new, you open the window, you throw $100 bill out the window. Like,
yeah, every time we turn the ignition, $100, $100. If you're driving off the showroom floor, you just might as well get a $5,000 cash pile and throw that out the window. Like they lose you money, and it's time and time again, something where you should obviously, I see them as luxury items or toys. I mean, A to B, safe car for family, I totally get it, but we don't need to be like, we've got clients, I need to buy a Prado. Really? You need to buy a Prado, big fella? Like you $135,000 on a car, or I need to buy a Ram because I've got a caravan now. It's like, mate.
Yeah, it's not just the Prado or the Ram, it's the $100,000 caravan that they need to buy as well.
Yeah. So
Look, I think there's a time and a place for those things, but it's after you've achieved some of your really big
yes,
financial goals. When you've paid off your debt, absolutely go for
rock
it.
and roll.
Like, yeah, like I love that. It's an investment in your life, and I kind of agree with that sort of
Yep.
things. But it's got to be part of a bigger picture, and it's got to be a plan.
And you've got to earn it. Like, there's so many people want that, I want it now and worry about paying for it later. Like Jess said, sit with the coach. This is my goal. I just fantasize about buying a whatever car you really love. And if that's your goal and it's going to fill your cup and that's all you're worried about, we can make that happen, but we're not going to do it today. We're not going to go into debt for it. We're not going to take out a personal loan for it. We're going to say you owe $600,000 on your mortgage. You want that $100,000 car, big bank Hank? Okay, well, let's get that mortgage down to $450. When the mortgage is at $450, then we can think about it. So it's not a no or never. It's a not now.
Yeah.
Very important.
And we're very big on, like, you still need to live your life.
Yes.
And it's great if you are really passionate about cars, or there's one particular car that suits a particular need that you have, that's awesome, because it's a really great carrot. Like, it actually drives you forward with your debt reduction, which is amazing, and we love that, just as long as it's not on a whim. Like, we're all about conscious spending. It has to be part of that plan. You know you're paying off X each year. You know that purchase is going to put you back maybe 3 to 4 years. You're comfortable with that. And you're making some other really great financial decisions to support that. Then that's awesome.
Yeah. Enjoy the journey, but don't jeopardize all your hard work.
Yeah.
For a car. And no matter how new a car it has, or it is, and if you've actually ever owned a new car, you always get that first 90 days, new car feeling, oh yeah, I'm up and about here. Look at me
The
go.
smell.
The smell. And we can all be honest with ourselves. After 90 days, it's not as sparkly. It's not giving you those vibes that
little scrape on the rims, like, you know, it's got a bit of dust, it's a bit dirty, like, it just doesn't matter anymore. Like,
it doesn't. And I think the other thing to be just honest with yourself about is no one gives a fuck about what car you drive. They don't. Like, you think they care? They actually don't. They've got their own problems. I mean, the only time I remember, obviously, when I was younger, like when you're a single guy and you're young, you seem to think if I get a nice car, I will get laid more. That's the weird, like, analogy in your mind. And for a lot of young guys, that drives it, or people think I'm cool. Not once has anybody driven past a girl and they've said, I want to have sex with that guy.
Definitely gonna have sex with that guy.
If it's a really nice car, they think, man, I'd like to be, they see themselves driving in that car, but they don't think that they want to be with you just because you've got that car. Like, it's so materialistic. It's so ego driven. It just, no one cares about you or what you're doing. They're so focused on themselves and their own problems. Like, stop thinking people care what car you drive. They don't. They won't. It's all about you. Drive the cheapest car your little ego can afford. And we're not saying you'll never get a brand new car. You're a millionaire. Rock and roll. You've earned it. You've worked hard for that. Great. You've paid your house off. Get whatever you want. A lot of people say, when I'm doing these debt-free phone calls every 23 days, I say, what are you going to do now? Like, you've got a $3,300 a month pay rise. And one of the best responses I got from a client when I asked him, what are you going to do now? You own your house. You don't have a mortgage payment. He goes, whatever the fuck I want. I said, yes.
I love that.
You will be doing that. So, like, this is about hitting your goals, enjoying the journey, having that balance, still being able to treat yourself once you've earned that treat.
Yeah.
Not about, I want it now. Don't worry about later. Take debt, take repayment, bleed cash flow for loans. It's just crazy, upside down.
And I think one of the hardest things is that paying off your debt can be it feels really like a long-term goal, and it's awesome to work towards, but you can get fatigued of that goal after a little while. And then you tell yourself, oh, I've earned this car, I've earned this, whatever it may be, this treat. And it's like, no, got to stay hyper-focused on what you're really there for, because as soon as that home is paid off, like you said, you do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah. Amen.
Amen.
So
Awesome.
that's us. That's cars. Don't buy a brand new one. EVs are great if you're doing heaps of kilometers. They're
Already
obviously,
looking to change your car.
yeah,
Yep.
pound for pound. If you're spending 30 grand, you're getting a 30 grand EV, that's okay. The other thing which not a lot of people have taken into account is the secondhand market for EVs is no good.
Really?
Yeah, really, really
Wow.
cool. And the reason for that is the batteries. Like
Yeah.
so if anything goes wrong with it, let's say you're buying a 5-6 year old EV, like you can't fix a battery. Like they're expensive, like tens of thousands of dollars. And so like no one wants to take on that inherent liability of what happens if the battery goes down and your car's done. Like you can't take it to the mechanic and, oh, you may just tweak this and add this and hit the donk with the head gasket, whatever they do down there. Like it is done. And so that's something to take into account. It's, yeah, I'm jumping this EV, but like you being able to sell that down the track 5+ years, 10+ years when you're ready for your next car, you've got to take into account that secondhand market isn't as liquid as what it would be for a normal car.
That's awesome advice. Awesome. Thank you so much, Scott. We really appreciate your wise wisdom.
I appreciate you, Jeremy. So have a wonderful day and we'll see you soon.
See you next time. Bye.